I'm Paul Uzel. I'm a community activist with ATD, as well as a team member. And before I go into any other whatever, I'll read this poem. The poor die in war, the rich gain more. Profits rise, humanity decries. There's more than enough, as the rich their pockets they stuff. Children never fed, innocent now dead. How do you sleep as bodies pile deep? I take comfort in my riches, mother and child lay in ditches. When I was asked to write the foreword, I was honoured. It got me thinking an awful lot of all our past projects and a lot of the stuff we've been involved in, the campaigning and all that sort. But more than that, it got me thinking of the people, the activists who I've worked with for the last few years, the teams I've worked with. It just got me thinking of the transition within them from when we first initially started, and we are just not hopeless, but we are kind of rudderless for definite. So we're kind of all over the place, but we're more and more polished in our work. This piece of work that we're doing now is to be seen, I believe, as a celebration of capabilities and the tenacities of our activists. When we first took up this journey, which was many years ago, we used the creative process to help bring the person out of themselves, because we had a lot of that with that self-doubt, and there's a lot of kind of insecurity. And we built a space around us within the ATD office that we all operate in here in Dublin, and kind of everything goes. So there's a lot of fun, a lot of banter, but there's the creative process, the encouragement of your voice, and whatever that voice is, whether it's through your art, because then we can ask you to explain the expression, the abstracts, anything at all to do with the art, the same with the writing, even people speaking on their experience, because we have a lot of people that we would work with that have gone through the systems, we could say, are failing in many areas. We are a product of falling through the cracks. The best way to get out of anywhere is to go into it first. So we've been in there, we can back out. And that's what we use the creative process for, because we know it works for us, it can work for others. This book hopefully is the celebration of that, and for the activists to take recognition of how far they've come, what they're now capable of, compared to what was there before when we first started many years ago, as this core team that we have at ATD Dublin. Working with people in that regard, trying to get them to a position in life where they're able to express themselves. Because imagine not being able to express yourself in a single room with a few people. You're not going too far in society anyway, if that's going to be the case. It's very humbling to work with people in that regard. There's a beauty in seeing the light come on, the thing that happens within them. For me, it's not rocket science. It's to just connect with people, show them how much of a fool you are, how much of an intellect you are, show your vulnerabilities, your weakness. I'm talking about myself here as well, and that encourages others to do the same. Some people might think exposing your weaknesses is a weakness. People don't realise the strength others grab within that. They feel the confidence to actually expose their own weakness, and by exposing it, you kill it. When it's in the head, where a lot of this is, it's a war movie. They can destroy it, especially if it's in the head. And this creative process that we like to work and use is taking it out of the head and making space for something good to come in, which we provide within the space that we have up in the office, especially on the open Tuesday. But the whole idea of the creative process is just for people to get comfortable, to go deeper, to come out of themselves. And that's what's happened with a lot of the people we've worked with over the years, and I've worked with over the years. It's humbling. I've said it earlier, and I'll say it again, because it's not something that bleeding pat yourself in the back for or anything like that, you know what I mean? It's the thing that should be done with people, you know. Whatever the situation is, that when we meet them, so you're meeting them where they are. And we've all come, a lot of us activists have come through a lot. You won't find them in any books that you have in here. And I think it's interesting being in here, because I never thought I'd be in the centres like this, institutions like this, and speaking my piece. A lot of what we have in society is reflected by what comes out of these institutions. The education that's provided within these institutions is to go out and run the functions of society. And we have a lot of failures in society. So it's in between here and there. There's something falling down. And I believe personally it's coming from here to there. That's not an attack on anyone, but there's obviously failure in policies within here as well. There has to be. You know, it's coming from here to there, centre of excellence, and it fails. So I could relate just on a lot of my own experience and the experience of working with others, what their story, that they could tell you how that fails them. Us, as community activists and the people we represent in our community who would have similar experiences as us, and we try and drag them into the creative process again, just to break the ice. A joke is the creative process. Writing half a song and not getting there, but just doing something. People cooking, people getting together, all nationalities, we have all sorts dropping in. It's just an honour to be able to do it, you know what I mean? It really is, when you see someone like that. And then we see them going off to college, we see a few of them going out and doing their own thing. And you know they're going places, you know what I mean? Like, people should get to hear the stories like that. If this is possible, if I can do this shit, I'm a nobody from the streets of Dublin, right, the back streets of Dublin, no education. My education was in the principal's office, or getting thrown out for asking questions, nothing more. And I never stopped and I never will. We get labelled, I got labelled in that regard myself. I've went through so much, and when I meet someone I can see it and I can see what's happening to them, because it's the same system. And if it keeps going on in 20 years' time, it'll be the same system, and the mess we have outside will be probably 10 times bigger. Hunger strikes, another price hike, less than 3 months. Did that happen twice? Excuse me, Mr. Politician, is this the piss you're taking? Homelessness, health services, underfunding is of your making. The management of this country, after all, is of your undertaking. If I'm not mistaken, losing patience, rumbling nation, take to your station. It's a war we partake in. Now awaken the heart, soul, and the good in this nation. Help us in liberation. Poverty and its cousins need eradication. I say cousins because a lot of people can think poverty is a financial thing. We might have a handout, we want money, blah, 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 blah. No, we want opportunity. And its cousins is denial of opportunity to go into these institutions and be able to implement policy with the policymakers or future policymakers, because they're coming from here. That's what I'm talking about, where the gap is. For too long we've had our capabilities, our talents, our skills undermined and gone without recognition. Whereas this book, I hope, is going to be the testimony to that fact, who we are and where we've come from because of our experience. That experience should be valued, especially when it goes into the social sector of society and trying to make positive changes. So
Thank you, Paul.
I think I've said enough. Thank you.